Okay, let's just wing it, man. Not exactly professional production, but let's just do it, man. I'm gonna read 3 poems from my last collection in English, poetry collection in English. It's called A Mere Rica. There's a funeral passing by. Anyway, to Mere, mother, Rica, rich. So it's a play on America. So America, Rica, Mere, Rica is Spanish, Mere is French. A Mere, to mother, to the rich mother. Okay, America is to the rich mother. America, to the rich motherfucker. Despite its unevenness, it has its moments. More than a few moments. So I think it's a legit book. Although a lot of people were confused, people who read my poems, because it was too direct, perhaps. I was trying to reach a wider audience. And as you can see, I had some hope, embedded in the poems, of making a difference. That's how stupid I was. And making a difference as an American, in America, in the USA. You have to go on my SubStack to read text to these poems, because I'm sure the sound quality is going to be shit. Okay, the first one is called Broke Poem. Another day, another bounce check, another ream of bills and applications. Come, you can boost your joking income by shoplifting, pole dancing, or shooting, as our press greets our creditor, who's buying this nation from Nuke C to Co-Exit C. Is that a can of sardine down your pants? Fridge empty. I have no more Monsanto, main course or side dishes to go with this aspartame punch my brood is hooked on. Dad, why do I have 2 heads and no brain? Why can't I spell Bernanke or crook? Actually, I don't have kids, for I can barely appease bedbugs and banksters as is. Pay your bill now or your phone will explode in your broke-ass face. Cough up or the FBI won't be able to eavesdrop on your palavers. You don't settle charges and penalties, plus interest, of course. Her Honorable Janet Napolitano herself will crawl out of your plumbing as you digest Reader's Digest. I guess we ain't broke enough to reform into functioning poems, handcuffs or bombs, as is academic jive, voting and Facebook. Detonating endless violence, they preach symbolic whining to us hush puppies. Though broke, I'm no boneless chicken. Fish from a dumpster, no way, man, for I will break my bracket with a shoulder-mounted weapon of Teflon destruction. This book is also a pretty thorough record of America as it existed roughly a decade ago. Okay? Many portraits of just regular people whom I met daily almost. because I was always on the streets, if not in Philadelphia, than in some other city. I was, you know, yeah, I was hopeful. What a joke. I'm reading at my new cafe spot. I've persuaded this lady to sell Thuốc Lào, but no, so far no one has bought a single packet from her. But you know, I'm smoking here to like give people ideas that this stuff is available right at this spot. Just got a shave and a haircut yesterday for less than $3. I figure I should just do it, man, because I was turning into like this cartoon of like this, you know, weirdo or pseudo wise man, because I had so much facial hair, you know, and it's all white, and I just look kind of weird. But anyway, I mean, not really weird, but I didn't feel like why I should stick to that image. So anyway, back to Philadelphia. The next one is called Strumming Broke. Tony pays $280 per month for a room, merely 2 blocks from the crack bell. No more ding, now more ding than ever, but only to the eagle eye. 7th and Market is no free-fire zone, but street noises disrupt sleep all night long. Honks, sirens, and drunken shouts jab into his debt bill and illness-filled dreams. Tony often wakes with a headache. With no kitchen, everything's nuke or fried surreptitiously on a hot plate. Soon he may burn everything down. On each floor is a shared bathroom. One of these guys shit on the toilet seat. Tony sighs, resigned sort of to such shit. Tony was born and raised in Kensington, a traditionally Irish slum that's now Irish, Puerto Rican, Black, and Vietnamese. Ever heard of a Kenzo mouthwash? Look, it's when you bite on the curb as someone like Rocky Balboa stomps on your head. The last time I was there, a young woman had just been shot, and as I was snapping her large candle and teddy bear shrine, her teenage sis shouted at me, "Hey, you can't take photos. This is not a show and tell." Tony was delivering pizza in Philly, but that felt deadly, so he got a similar gig in Cape May on the Jersey Shore. On a good night, he would earn $200, sometimes even more. Tony bought a $40,000 home, then sold it for 20 more grand. A dead uncle also left him 50. This was Tony's financial, social, and philosophical peak. What is your apex, buddy? Don't say the years before I was born, or the decades after I croak. Say the moment they are nabbed. In drug rehab, Tony met Tina, whom I would find dwelling in a Camden tent city. Freckled, red-headed, and petite. She says she was a former Miss New Jersey. She was cute. Though he has never heard of the word busking, Tony has been busking for 2 years. He freaks strumming and singing in public. So this day, he swills 2 cans of Pabst beforehand outside, since he can afford to get buzzed inside a bar. I'm too old to be arrested for public drinking, plus I won't be able to pay the fine. Diffident, Tony stands in the back corridor of a nearly empty commuter rail station in front of a dollar store. Frozen feature of the week, $1. With luck, he'll cover his beer investment, plus enough for reconstituted meat. Again, you have to go on my Substack to read the text, because at least some of this is barely audible.
Giờ mới 29 tuần luôn mà nó gần ký rưỡi rồi. Ký 3.
I'm doing this outside, you know, and on the street to show you my daily environment, not just my room, but you know, where I walk around and what I do pretty much all day long. Okay, this is called State of the Union. It's actually at the end of my postcards from the end of America, a book of non-fiction for whom my publisher hasn't paid me royalties in years. Dan Simon, what am I gonna do? Hire a Jewish lawyer to hire this Jewish publisher from Vietnam, no less? Okay, State of the Union. Shovel-toothed, funky in profile, I, John Dodo, am son of Camden. Beneath boasting of a city invincible, I'm two boarded up windows. I am a well-painted mural of kaput industries. Who touches these, touches my void. Once I shovel coal, tame pig iron, strung bridges, erected, now I strut up and down Broadway, days, fingering coins, aiming for chicken. Pence low slung, crack peeping, I'm son of Bethlehem. I peddle, Christmas mart, push sands. I patrol Dying Mall in Buffalo. At dawn in MacArthur Park, Los Angeles, I piss and scratch. Legless, I buff Hollywood. Plaques pose as monster for tourists who undertip. I push charity condoms, body oils, high-class looking purses, low-class, high-definition porn, incense, and socks. Lying on news, ads, and cardboard, I browse, recovery is on course. Bum sightings down, latte sales up. Britney seen in odd color shoes. Justin alarms fans with fake haircut. As I sleep, an asswife sneaks photos, then gives me a buck. Strung out, I will suck and fuck. Excuse me until I get my fix. Like a cliche, I press nose against stickhouse glass. Soon, I will break that glass. Okay, that's it for the poetry reading part of this. See, only in Vietnam can you do shit like this at a business. Can you imagine me doing this at any fucking business in the West? And no one gives a shit that I've been shouting in English. They don't, you know, Vietnamese just don't, you know, whatever. Do your own thing. That's why we're not good communists, okay? We can't obey the simplest rule, man. what we do have is simple common sense to treat each other respectfully. But only if there's a community. You know? When the community breaks down or when the economy gets so fucking bad, they start acting like savages too. Okay? So, alright. Go on Substack to read the poems. Goodbye for now.
Cô đây mẹ bán